This phone, with its curved back and front and a distinctly contoured glass body, looks like this other phone, but both of these phones are not the same. Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat. You're watching iGyaan, and today we're going to be checking out a Note 8 that is desperately trying to be a Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Smartphone manufacturers from China are constantly looking towards the iPhone or Samsung flagships to get inspiration for their designs. A company named Meiigoo, not to be confused with Meizu, has launched a phone that is quite identical to the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and surprise surprise, it's called the Note 8. Priced at $159, which is roughly 10,000 Indian rupees, the phone has a distinct iconic look, which is, like I mentioned, quite identical to the Note 8. It has a really well built design and an almost edge-to-edge display with a curved edge corner and a pretty impressive camera set for the price range. Now the phone is pretty hefty to look at and also in your hand, so it weighs in at about 190 grams, which is quite hefty for the kind of size of this phone. The front of the phone and the back of the phone are curved and contoured, and they fit really well in the hand. There are no sharp edges on this device, and even the frame has been given this round polished look, which has this certain kind of gloss to it, which makes the phone look extremely premium. You flip the phone over to the back, you'll see that there is a camera setup which is basically taken from the Galaxy Note 8 and stuffed onto the Meiigoo Note 8, and it basically from the back looks like that phone. One major aspect that this device is missing is of course the S Pen functionality or any kind of stylus input. You can of course get a capacitive stylus and use it with the phone, but no feature set within the software or hardware enables any kind of third-party stylus support like it does with the Note 8. Now, mind-blowing looks aside, this phone is packing quite a good set of specifications. Not the best hardware, but for 10,000 rupees you really can't complain. So inside is a MediaTek 6750T chipset, which does have 8 cores at 1.5 GHz. You also get the Mali T860 GPU. With 4GB of RAM and 64GB of onboard storage and expandability up to 256GB using a micro SD card, as far as storage and RAM concerns are there, you should remove them. The main camera is a 13 megapixel camera, even though on software it shows as a 16 megapixel camera. There is also a secondary camera of unknown size and megapixel count. The second camera enables the phone to get depth mode capabilities, which the company lovingly labels as SLR functionality on this 10,000 rupee smartphone. UI wise, the phone has a custom layer of skin on Android 7. I haven't gotten any updates in the month that the phone was here. It still has the security update from November. The phone does tend to slow down a little bit with continuous usage. You need to quit apps to get the phone going again. And also the camera interface is a little janky and slows down, especially if you get into that famous SLR mode. We weren't really expecting a lot from the phone as far as benchmarks are concerned, but the phone totally delivered on that promise and gave us exactly what we were expecting, is mediocre benchmark results. Again, for the price of 10,000 rupees, there's not a lot of complaining that can happen around this, but the phone is really usable and works really well in day-to-day usage. You can also manage to play a whole set of games on this device without any major issues. It will handle gaming without a problem, and the large screen display with the curved edges looks really nice when you're playing games on this. Surprisingly, despite all of the software glitches in the camera and a definite slowdown in the camera user interface, the camera themselves are not bad. You get really impressive results from the camera of this device, giving you fantastic colors, saturation and contrast, along with an impressive dynamic range, surprisingly, for the kind of price this phone is available at. The SLR mode is extremely janky and will almost always quit on you unless you have a whole lot of patience that old school photographers used to have. The SLR mode is not something that you will enjoy. Clicking pictures from the normal auto mode, however, is something that you will enjoy, and if you plug it up with a third-party application, you might enjoy it slightly more than the standard camera user interface. You do have your standard set of filters and effects and lots of shooting modes, that most of which you won't use because there isn't a lot of functionality that you'd want to explore in the original camera app. Now the phone does support dual SIM cards, it does support 4G, it also supports voice over LTE, and it does charge up using a Type-C USB port. It does have a 3300 mAh battery that takes anywhere from 2.5 hours to almost 3 hours to fully charge up, and the phone does have your standard set of sensors, and it also includes things like a gyroscope sensor, which are usually missing from this price range in certain devices. While this is not the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, the phone sort of delivers on what it intended to do, is mimic the Note 8 in terms of design. You get a really good looking phone for a really low price, which is usable and functional. It does give you the kind of usability that you would expect from this kind of price bracket, along with a good screen on time of 5 to 6 hours depending on what kind of usage you have. This phone is all about looks with a bonus added on feature of the camera. That's it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're interested in checking out the Meiigoo Note 8, I'll leave links to that and if a coupon I can find in the description below. Do check out our giveaways, guys. We're doing a whole set of giveaways and we'll leave those links in the description below as well. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.